The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Money's coming to me.
To me, we have the strongest economy perhaps I have ever seen.
I actually think the economy is so strong and there is so much pent-up demand.
America is the only leading economy in the world where the economy as a whole is stronger than before the pandemic.
Wow. Before the pandemic, so strong, this economy, it's unbelievable. Then why would someone answer me this? Please. Then why a market that's been up 600% since 2009, a market with more than 68 all-time new highs in 2021, a market led by just 8 stocks since 2009, actually since 2013, 8 stocks. This market would not be up without these 8 stocks. Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, and Microsoft. That's the whole stock market. Everybody's addicted to those stocks. So, but what happened is those stocks dropped an average of 24%. Each one of those stocks, 24% in the first 14 trading days of this year, 2022. What's going on? And every person with a 401k in just 7 trading days lost $7,000. This has caused the S&P 500 stocks to drop 12%. That's beyond correction. That's further than correction. The Qs, the NASDAQ, dropped nearly 20%, which Facebook and Amazon and Netflix and Google and all those stocks are in it, as they are in the S&P to push them up. And here's the disaster, which nobody's talking about. The small and mid-cap stocks, symbol IWM, down an incredible 22%. That is probably the most important information you need. 22%. The small and mid-cap stocks, those are the companies where all the growth is. That's where all the growth is. They're down 22%. That's a killer. So the question on everyone's mind is the sell-off over? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'll give you my answer. But first, you need to understand the circumstances in which on Monday, January 10th, this drop of 1,116 points, the sell-off stopped abruptly. Boom! Turned around, rallied back up. 1,200 points, wiping out the 1,000-point loss, turning the market positive at the close. Was that a miracle? No. I didn't hear any music. Did you hear any music? I didn't hear any music. No miracle. Was there some wonderful opportunity? What, are you nuts? Wonderful opportunity. Where? Where's the opportunity? These stocks are so overpriced. Are you nuts? So what happened? This is important for you to understand because this will answer the question, is this sell-off done or are we going down further? Here's what happened. They don't want you to know this. These jibber-jabbers on a fake business news network, they don't want you to know this. The Federal Reserve, those gangsters, our owners, don't want you to know this. When the market dropped, the S&P on the 10th, on January 24th, and that's after, remember, I called the market. I said if it was going to drop through 470, everybody was buying the dip. And I said, no. I told my members, if we drop below 470, this thing's going to tank. And then if it drops below, if it drops below 456 on January 10th, we're really going to tank. And both those things happened. And then what happened on Monday when we went down 1,000 points, the plunger team came in and was going to stop it dead in its tracks. Why? How'd they do that? Well, here's what goes on. We have what they call a fear meter. A fear meter. And by the way, who is this plunger team? Well, the plunger team, called the Plunger Protection Team, it was set up by Reagan when he became president in the 80s. Their task was just to advise him when the markets were volatile. That's all it was. It was an advisory team. It was made up of the Secretary of Treasury, Chairman of the Federal Reserve, Chairman of the SEC, and, of course, the Chairman of the Commodities Future Trading Commission. That's all their job was. They were going to meet. Every time there was the market was volatile, the economy was volatile, they would meet and talk about it. That all changed in 2008 when Bernanke and Obama introduced a confidence game. That's right, a confidence game. I told you about that earlier this week. That's all QE is a confidence game. Get your confidence. Print money, go in and have companies buy their own shares to push that price up to give you confidence. Well, what happened when they started this QE confidence game, they changed the task of the plunger team. No more was it to advise the president, but they said we will take this plunger team and we'll change its task. Because we are getting rid of earnings, we are getting rid of, again, business investment. Remember, everybody was always concerned about PE ratios. How much am I paying for each dollar of earnings? What's the stock really worth? Remember the old days? They said, we're going to get rid of all that. We don't care about value of companies anymore. All we care about one thing. We're going to take this market and we're going to turn around and we're going to make a rocket ship out of it. All we're going to do is artificially take this market and just keep dropping those rates down by buying treasuries. And this market goes straight up and we don't need any earnings. And if you doubt me, go take a look at the last 2 years, 2020, 2021. The S&P went up in 2020, went up in 2021. Their profits, I think, in 2020, were about 18, 20%. I think 30% in 2021. And guess what? Earnings were negative. We had no earnings because they didn't care about earnings anymore. They didn't care about PE ratios. They didn't care what a stock value was. They didn't care what the valuation of a stock was because they weren't buying valuations. What they're buying is a con game, a confidence game. Just keep moving this market up. Now, the problem on Monday, after 14 years, this tremendous inflation, all of a sudden when this market hit that low, there's what we call is the fear meter. It's called VIX. VIX. And I'm putting, if you have a mobile device, go to my site, phyllisgang.com right now, and I got it up for you. This fear meter identifies for you, but more importantly, for the big institutions. The big institutions. Who am I talking about? The big hedge funds, the big pensions, the big insurance company. It identifies for them when it's time to turn mother's picture to the wall and run like hell. I'll explain that when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
The committee is of a mind to raise the federal funds rate at the March meeting.
No, that's a big deal. A quarter point. A quarter point. What are you, nuts? 4 times? A quarter. That's 1 point. He says inflation 7%, which is a lie. It's 14%. It's double that. And how do we know that? Because you go back to the late 70s when Biden was a senator, and then this other gangster came in, Dodd. They wanted more pork money to take home. So what they decided to do is cut back the amount of money they would give retirees in their cost of living increases. The way they did that is they would lie or manipulate how much they would contribute to the number of. Okay, if I give you an example, this is an easier way to do it. If you go back to March of 2020, remember the first 3, March, April, May, June, housing went up 20%. I mean, boom, like that, house prices went up, everybody was going crazy, remember? But what they do now is, and they've been doing this since the late 70s and early 70s, 80s, they don't count the 20%. They limit to 2%. So the 18%, that shows there's less inflation, and they can cheat on the cost of living for the seniors. And that way they can take the money and bring it home, the politicians, and build ice skating rinks and libraries in their name and that sort of stuff. I want to get to this thing with Powell. So what he's saying is, this is very important. So he's saying inflation is well above 2%. No kidding. We know that, right? My God, how stupid is this man? But he's also saying the asset purchases, he's going to halt them in March. He's likely. He didn't say he's going to. Now, what's that mean, asset purchases? Well, he goes and buys treasuries. So there's a lot of companies. Remember I told you in 2008, they decided not to go into a recession. And because of that, they carried over companies which now amount to 1,300, companies that are zombie companies. They should be bankrupt, but we keep carrying them. And how do we do that? The Federal Reserve goes in and buys their assets, which is mostly mortgage-backed securities, and they buy treasuries. So he's saying these asset purchases of mortgage-backed securities and treasuries, he says he's going to likely halt those in March. Now that's a bad thing. That's why the market's down 338 points right now. See, now again, you can't fight 7% inflation with 1% or 1.25% rate hike. That's ridiculous. He's caught in the corner. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't have any idea what to do. And he also won't admit we don't have inflation problems anymore. That inflation, if he thinks he's going to raise rates 1.5 points, 1.25 points in the next 2 years to fight 7%, are you kidding me? Inflation is 14, 15%. But what he won't admit is we don't have the inflation. We got a worse problem. We got stagflation. And stagflation occurs when these guys, the Fed, who set up their QE confidence game in 2008, and they was only going to do it for about a year. They'd done it for 14 years. And with all this tremendous inflation they created with printing all this money. So remember the other thing that changed too with this QE. I mean, a lot of things changed. A lot of things changed with QE. But boy, one of the worst things that's changed with QE, as I said, they no longer, when you buy a stock, you don't have to worry about earnings anymore. Who cares about earnings? It's about following the yield. And that brings up another point. The one thing they changed And that's going to, the one thing they changed, when they decided no longer that we'll cheat, let's get rid of value stocks and let's just focus on growth tech stocks, because we don't have to worry about business investment, because $10-12 trillion was wiped out and businesses had no money. Banks couldn't loan to them. So if banks could loan to businesses, small, large, and business investment is the key to driving production, to driving earnings. And then you'd make a decision on the value of that stock by the earnings, the PE ratio. That's how you make a decision. But they got rid of that. It's, no, it doesn't make, all we're going to do now, we don't have to care about earnings. We don't have to care about profits. We'll just print money, buy treasuries, and keep pushing those yields down, pushing those yields. They go up a little bit, push them back down, push them back down. And that's how they created this incredible 600% rally since 2000. But remember, since 2008. But remember, the problem with the rally, it's all fake. And now it's blowing up. And remember the other problem when they did this, there's no more what we call price discovery. You and I used to make a decision what we're going to pay for a stock by bidding back and forth. Well, when you had QE when they took control and they decided to change over to a confidence game, and they got rid of the earnings, don't need that anymore, don't need PE ratios anymore, just keep driving those yields down by buying treasuries, and boy, everybody keep buying those same stocks, the same 8 stocks over and over and over again. And we'll tie 5 of those 8 stocks to the S&P, so that'll move that up. We don't have any problems now that we don't have value stocks that can move. Price discovery's gone. We'll take that away. You and I don't decide, and we don't bid with each other. We used to decide what a price of a stock was. No more. That's gone. But what was the problem? Let's get to the point. What was the problem with the crash? Why all of a sudden did the crash stop on Monday? Is it coming back? I'll tell you when I come back. Join my gang free for 10 days. Learn how to make money selling short.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, I'm all over the place because I'm trying to find out and listen to bits and pieces of what the hell he's saying. I finally have ascertained what he's saying. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. That's what he's saying. And he's all over the place. So that's why you follow one thing. This is so easy. You don't have to be confused. You don't have to worry about the stock market. If you're a gang member, you don't have to worry at all. Because what do we follow? We don't follow candlesticks. Candles are for cupcakes and birthday cakes. We follow trend of money. So whatever he's going to do, the money's going to flow. It's going to either flow up or it's going to flow down. And if you know how to sell short, you don't care if it flows down. If people start taking their money out of the market, you could care less. If they put money in, you could care less because you're covered either side. Now, if yields start going up, which means investors are selling. They're selling their treasuries, getting rid of their treasuries. They're selling their treasuries because they want to shift into the stock market for some reason. And that means the overall value of bonds are going to really suck. The bond market's going to lose. So what's going to happen? Gold's going to go up. Because just watch your yields. If those start going up, that means they're dumping their bonds, getting out of their bonds, shifting to the stock market. And all these Europeans, everybody else who have bonds, they're going to go and run to gold so they can hedge their bonds that the values are decelerating. Now, I want to get back to to what I think is going to happen with the market here. Remember, the reason the market crash stopped on Monday because there's what they call a fear meter. It's called the VIX index. And the VIX index, if you look at it, and I'll put it up if you have a mobile device, you can see this. Okay, if you put up the VIX, and what you'll see in the VIX is, and I brought it back on my chart for 3 months. The rule of thumb, big institutions like hedge funds, massive insurance companies, even pension funds, they have a automatic sell because their whole thing, especially insurance companies, okay, or hedge funds, don't matter. Even colleges, they have those, everybody invest in, get colleges money and they take them money and they go invest it. They got to protect them. So they have sell signals. And they have their computer, these big guys have their computer sitting down there in Wall Street at the New York Stock Exchange, and they put it right next to the New York Stock Exchange computer so they can front run. They'll know when something's happening. And it will trigger. They have certain numbers that they'll trigger and dump. So here's what they got scared about on Monday. The market didn't go up on Monday because of what this idiot said here. Let me find the cut. Here, listen to this.
Without a doubt, I think this rebound, more than 3% rally in the S&P from the lows this morning, were mostly a measure of just exactly how overdone we got on the downside, right? NASDAQ most oversold in 22 months.
That's a bold-faced lie. That's not, no. This market can keep going down. The only reason the market went up, the plunger team came in and interfered with the free market. They saw the VIX index getting near 30. When that VIX or fear meter gets near 28, 30, they panic. And they really panicked on Monday. That's why you saw, boom, it goes up 1,000 points, because the plunger team came in immediately and bought stocks, bought index futures to push that up. Because what would happen if it hit 30 or 31? There would have been a massive sell order. Let's put it in perspective. There's about, any given day, there's about $5 trillion in the stock market, okay? Just use that number. But they'd be dumping probably 75 trillion, okay? Or billion, rather. So you got 5 billion in the market. They'd probably be dumping in liquidity. Think about it. They're sloshing around in the market, 5 billion in liquidity. Now, all of a sudden, you get sellers come in, and they're selling, let's say, 75 billion. That's why they panicked. It didn't go up because the market's oversold. It went up because the Federal Reserve, the gangsters in this middle of this confidence game we're in, panicked and saw, oh my God, we're now at 2760. We better do something. They weren't looking where the stock market was. They could care less. They kept looking at the fear meter, the VIX index, and they knew if it got somewhere between 28 and they're so close to 28, they knew if it got to 30, they'd be in real trouble. And somebody's going to dump $75 billion between the insurance companies, the hedge funds, the pension funds. They're going to dump. Those are all sell orders. There's only $5 billion in the market sloshing around. The market would have just crashed another 2,000 points. We were right at the biggest crash we ever had, right there. But it's not over. And that's why I beg you every day, would you just please protect yourself, so that when this market went down and you're in a 401k, in 7 trading days, you lost $7,000. That's ridiculous. Nobody should have been losing money when this market went down. Are you kidding? And the last thing, and why you shouldn't have lost money, you should be able to switch your position like we do with our members from buying to selling short. And you don't even have to come to class to learn how to do it if you don't want to. We have a working investor group, which Steve is head of the whole program. Every day he goes in and he goes through the program. And he takes the stocks that we have in our portfolio, the working investor portfolio, and he goes over each and every stock, tells you exactly what to do with each and every stock. Here, listen. This is at 2 o'clock. There's no reason for you to be losing money in this market.
Lows continue to hold your short position, your light short position with your stop at 39.99.
So he's talking about lows. Now, you don't have to come to class and learn about yields. You don't have to learn about what happens to yields going up or what happens to yields going down, what happens to the dollar, what happens. You don't have to learn anything. Just select a couple of stocks in our portfolio and follow our portfolio. You can follow my portfolio of 6 stocks. That's all I have, 6 stocks, because I know how to short. What do I need more than that for? That's why 80% of people lose money in the market is they got too many stocks. The 80% lose money because they don't want to get out. And 80% lose money because they don't make money when the market goes down. They get out of their stocks. Oh, I better get out. It's going down. I better get out. Then they go try to find another one that's overbought. All right. Now, stop listening to this buy on the pullback. Listen, this is terrible. You got to stop listening to these people. These fake business news networks. Listen to this guy. This guy here is Varney, I think.
If you get a significant dip in big tech, you buy that dip.
Oh, really, Varney? Okay, guess what he did? When he bought that dip, told everybody buy the dip, guess what? He lost money. Everybody listened to him, lost money. It went below the dip, rallied, and came right back down. Listen to this one.
This pullback, at least what we saw over the last few days, is a signal to buy on the dip.
This is CNBC. I think her name's Priscilla. You heard what she said. Buying a dip, buying a dip. If you listened to her and bought the Qs, this is what they're talking about, going to buy the Qs. If you bought the Qs on December 3rd, listen to her, you'd be down 12% right now. There's more than that by now. Listen to this genius. Here he is. Here's another one. This is Charles Payne.
So everyone seems to agree that we...
No, not everyone agrees. No, Charles, I don't agree. Don't tell me everyone agrees.
So everyone seems to agree.
No, I don't, Charles. I don't agree. Clean out your ears. I don't agree. Are you kidding? You should be ashamed of yourself telling people to buy on dips like this.
So everyone seems to agree that you buy the dip, right? Hashtag buy the dip. It's been working. It probably will work again.
Yeah,
so
well, sorry, Payne. It didn't work. He lost on that trade 12% if you followed him. And here's the real dope.
But it's absurd that we treat dip buyers as the height of idiocy. Of course you should be trying to buy stocks at lower prices. We should be praising anyone.
He did, and guess what? Anyone listen to him lost another 12%. Unbelievable. But they'll not stop. They won't stop listening to those dopes. They won't.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
thinking about investing in the stock market, go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about
With
it.
the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
I wish I could say more, but honestly, we haven't made those decisions, and we actually haven't even really had the important discussions on a lot of the detail.
Are you kidding me? He hasn't had the important discussions? What a lie that is. I'll tell you, I'd love to be around that table. I'll tell you what the discussions are. What the hell do we do? For 14 years, we should have gotten rid of this QE in 8 months, like we promised. We've been holding on 14 years. We screwed people out of $51 trillion in wages. We stole $51 trillion in wages to pay for QE. And what have we done? Inflation is enormous. But we'll tell everybody it's 2%. It's 2%. And we're going to fix it. But we got tremendous inflation. Inflation's a killer. I don't know how many times I got to say this to you, Powell. It's the biggest threat not only to our system, our economic system, but our system of government. Because all of a sudden, the dollar's worth nothing, and then you're going to end up being a socialist country. You're going to need $1,000 to buy a banana, you idiot. The consequences of this confidence game. That's all it is. In every confidence game, they have the inside man. That's him. Powell's the inside man right now. Doesn't know what the hell to do. It's really simple for us. We're going to continue to make money. This has been one of our best weeks when the market's gone down. You want to know why? Not that we're making money selling short. Yes, that's wonderful. We love it. But we have peace of mind. There's nothing better than a good night's sleep. And I think you all agree with me, especially when you get older, right? Nothing better than a good night's sleep. Isn't it wonderful? You can look at your investments and you don't care if the market's down 1,000 points or 2,000. And here's the other thing that's wonderful. You know, I said this to my gang this morning. The sad thing about making this so easy since 2009, where everybody could make money, where people were really saying the market will never come down again, and they believed it, they didn't have to work at it. They didn't have to work at it. They didn't have to understand the market. At least when people, before the QE, before the con game, before this confidence game, and you were buying a value stock like GE, or you're buying a value stock Johnson & Johnson. you were forced, or even by osmosis, you would start understanding what makes the market work. What makes at least you had the curiosity. What are yields? What are short-term? What is the Fed rate? What's that mean, the Fed rate? The Fed short-term rate that they loan money overnight to the banks. What's that got to do with the 10-year Treasury that's going up? What if the yield's coming down? See, people used to have to figure that out. And when they didn't want it, they went to a broker. And those days are gone. See, that's the problem. I say to my gang members, you know what? The best pilot, I'm a helicopter pilot. The best pilots in the world, and I've listened to older guys that have been flying helicopters for years and years, and they always said, anybody can get in a helicopter once they learn how to fly it. Flying is flying. But the great pilots are the ones who understand how that machine works. Understands the machine, understands the helicopter. Or if you're a jet pilot, I'll never forget, God, what's his name? Yeager. The one thing that hit me when he said, what made me so great or so competent and why he had a lot of kills. He said, I wasn't a better pilot than anyone else. I wasn't any better than anybody. But what I was better at, I understood how my airplane worked. So when I got into a jam, I knew what this airplane would do. I understood it. I understood what it would do. It's the same thing with investing. When you understand how the market works, when you understand what inflation does, just like with the VIX index, I knew. Everybody asked, Phil, how did you know? And I said this, and I said, the market's going to turn around and go right back up. I said, we're going to have a relief rally. Where is that one? Go ahead and play it. Let's take a look at the spiders. Okay, we have not broken the low here. That means we're trading inside. Now, if these don't break their lows today, we will probably get a relief rally. The market will turn positive again. And I was dead right. And I got emails. They said, how did you know that? How did you know on that 1,000-point day to tell us to take profits because it's going to go back up? How did you know that? Because, like I just said, when you do this long enough, you know what, when you're trading, you understand the market. You knew that they were watching the VIX index. You knew that. After being in this business for 51 years and on this earth for 75 years, you know what they're looking at. The decision makers were watching the VIX. And they knew when it started to get up to 25, 26, 20, they were looking at 30. Oh my God, if that hits 30, do you realize what's going to happen? We only have $5 billion in the market and cash is sloshing around. We're going to get orders of $75 billion with just $5 billion in cash. Are you kidding? We'll go down 2,000 points. That's how I knew. Because I understand what the VIX does. I understand how important that 30 is. I understand when gold's going up. Just like when I made the call on gold in 2015, I think it was. It shot straight. Everybody said, oh, gold's not going to go good. And everybody on the fake business, oh, gold's not going to go where we were ahead of everybody. So the point I'm making is we do that for you. You haven't got to learn about the market. And the sad part is once they did this confidence game and you didn't have to know anything about PE ratios anymore, who the hell cared about what the stock was worth? Do you really care? What do you care? What the earnings are? Doesn't do anything for you. Because all they did is make sure the whole market was driven by yields. Price discovery is gone. You didn't have to know about price discovery. You didn't have to know anything anymore. You didn't have to know about earnings. You didn't have to know P ratios. Didn't have to. And here's the real thing. When they took control in 2008, remember what they did? They took 4 banks. We have 1,200 large banks out of about 8,000. They took 1,200. Out of that 1,200, 4, J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citi, and which Citi and Wells Fargo should have went down to 2 in 2008. They made it so these banks now control almost 50% of the $16 trillion held by all banks. Can you imagine the power the Federal Reserve has? Because those are their banks. They control 66 million customers. So you don't have to know all this stuff. You don't have to know about the VIX. You don't have to know about inflation, how it works. You don't have to know about mid-caps. Here's another thing, and mark this down. Phil Grande said, if they're going to rally this market, rig this market to go up, keep watching IWM. That's the small mid-cap companies, small companies. That's the one that got hit the worst. Went down to 20, I think it was 28%, something like that. 22%. That's the one that got clobbered. And that's the most important group of stocks in our markets, small mid-cap, because those are where real growth comes from. That's there's more volatility, but that's the country. That's where you start your companies. That's the place to be. Mark my words. Mark this down. Phil Grande said at 3:56 on January 26th, if they're going to mount a rally, if they're going to mount a comeback, and they're going to hit our flank, they're going to come back with IWM. They're going to come back with small mid-cap stocks. That's where, and if they don't come back with that, there won't be any rally. We'll go to new lows. And then they'll stop it again. And don't ever worry when they interfere and they move the market back up. As long as it's going back up, take a look at the volume. We got more selling volume today than buying volume. The other day when they were calling that a key reversal, it's not a key reversal. You don't get a key reversal from stocks going down to up until you go through a test. The first day, you get that big move like we had on Monday, but you need the volume the second day to be more than the first day, and you need the volume the third day to be more than the first 2 days, and that's called the key reversal. That didn't happen. You don't have to know that. We do all this for you. You don't have to learn. You don't have to come to class. All you have to do is pick 3 stocks, 4 stocks from our working investor group. Just go to philsgang.com and pick out 3 or 4 stocks, 3, plenty, and just follow it, because Steve's going to tell you what to do every day with that stock. And for the first time in your life, you're going to hope the market goes down. And for the first time in your life, you're going to sleep at night. Nothing better than a good night's sleep. And please, all I ask, I beg you, if you make money, all I want out of it, you help St. Jude. That's all I ask. Join my gang tonight, free, for 10 days. 877-600-GANG.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.